baby.
I didn't overload you with information.
Like, dude, these guys are nerds.
Dude, what the hell did I just agree to? This is crazy. But Taylor, man, thank you for coming to hang out with us today. I know you're a busy dude, man. It seems like the pharmacy is just balls to the walls. Because I've been trying to schedule this podcast for a little while now, and you're always like, dude, I'll get back to you. I think I messaged you a few months ago, and you're like, let's just shoot for June. Like, I'm slammed right now.
Yeah, so we had to get some people hired. Had a girl on rotation. One of my main employees was on rotation for 3 weeks. So when we were trying to schedule it, she was gone, and I was there by myself a lot. So I was down a whole person. So now she's back, and we got a few people hired. So
Okay. Well, awesome, man. Hopefully things are getting a little easier on you. And you are a pharmacist at Crestwood Pharmacy, right down the street from our home. And how long it's a really cool vibe going in there. It's like kind of the old school, like what? We got a problem? Oh, okay. Kind of like an old school soda fountain deal, you know. And that was probably my first question. When you guys started Crestwood Pharmacy, did you know going into it, or how did that get started? First of all, like, how hard is it? We were joking about this on before you got here. We're like, how hard is it to like open a pharmacy, you know?
I mean, people sell drugs. I mean, you
Yeah.
just got to be established, or, I mean, do you?
I mean, it's easier to sell drugs than it is milkshakes. So,
Okay. But did you guys know it, going
Mm-hmm.
into it, you wanted to do like an old school soda fountain theme, I guess?
Yeah, so that kind of sets the vibe for the whole place. I always wanted to have a pharmacy, soda fountain, deli, coffee shop. That's kind of what I wanted all in one, just old school. And the food stuff's just like too complicated, so we started out with just ice cream and coffee and pharmacy. It's more difficult, it's truly more difficult to sell ice cream than it is to sell drugs. The Board of Pharmacy has all their rules laid out, and so that's pretty straightforward. The health department, it's also new territory for me. I never worked in any food service stuff, so it was new, and it's also not as black and white as pharmacy. The rules aren't as clear. Depends on who you get that day, what answers you're going to get. So we knew we wanted to do ice cream. A couple of times we thought about dropping it because the health department was less straightforward, more hoops to jump through. But we stuck with it, and it kind of sets the vibe for the pharmacy. So that's what sets us apart from any other pharmacy. There's hardly any soda fountains around town. What I always like to say is make pharmacy fun again. That might rub some people the wrong way based on what it's parodying, if that's a word.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
But yeah, make pharmacy fun again. It's not just pills, like come have a milkshake, come hang out.
It makes sense because when he pitched it to me, he's like, hey, I have our pharmacist coming on next week. And
Yeah, no, I was like trying to sell him.
I was like, hold
dude,
on, because
it's gonna be fun, man.
Like
Trust
white,
me. Yeah.
White
Cool,
trench
dude,
coat,
pharmacist.
yeah.
I was showing him pictures of you in like the hippie robe and stuff, and anybody listening to this,
It's
you
like,
just
no
surf through
way.
your fans. I was like, dude, this guy's good. This is gonna be fun. But man, I guess I'm not up to speed. Why is it that like old school pharmacies and stuff have this tie to like soda fountains or ice cream parlors? Like, what is the deal? Well, it's like, hey, where I go to get my drugs, I also want to get like a giant, Coke float or something.
Does it tie back to Coca-Cola, any stuff like Pepsi?
Dude, yeah,
stuff
okay,
like that,
that's
all
what
the-
it is.
Yeah, it is. It goes back to like before all this stuff was regulated. So
Just get anything.
you could get anything. Like
Taco and some
And-
ibuprofen.
I mean, I don't even know. I don't remember like the exact history, but it all goes back to before like the FDA was a thing. Before drugs had to get approved, they were just drugs. And like if you needed drugs, where'd you go? The pharmacist. So like if you were a brain worker, say an accountant or engineer or something like that, and you like partied too hard the night before, drank too much or whatever, and you need to get going for the day, go get you some Coca-Cola with some cocaine in it. Get you going, right, ready for the day. Then at the end of the day, whenever you're still wound up and you need something to wind down, go get you some cannabis tincture. Go get you some like opium and chill out.
Opium. Yeah.
And so it was like before, it might have been during Prohibition. Like I said, I don't remember the exact history, but you could just go to the pharmacy and get what you needed from the pharmacist.
Like
No prescription needed. Just tell me how you're feeling, how you want to feel, and we can make it happen.
How it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that meme? It was like, going to the pharmacist in the 1800s. It's like, oh, you got ghosts in your blood, and you should do cocaine about it. Like, that's the answer.
I mean, yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
It's pretty wild, man. Well, dude, I dig the vibe there. It's really cool. How long has Crestwood Pharmacy been around?
This is our 5th year.
5th year.
August 1st will be our 5th anniversary.
Wow. Okay, I guess I thought you guys had been around longer. That's awesome, man.
So
Pretty wild.
what type of background do you have to start a pharmacy? Could we start a heavy ultra pharmacy?
Absolutely.
An
If you got enough
emporium?
money.
I mean, I guess you have to have at least one licensed pharmacist.
License, license.
Yeah.
When did you decide to become a pharmacist?
Oh, gosh. My first job in pharmacy was when I was 17 at CVS. So,
Okay. And then from there, you just had a passion for slinging the drugs. And Katie worked at CVS. Yeah.
What?
Shout out. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, a long time ago. CVS in Hueytown.
nice. CVS and Warrior right here.
There you go. All right. So you started working there and you developed your love of pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, I mean, so I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I didn't want to be dirty, and I knew I didn't want to be hot. So I'm like, okay, here's a handful of things maybe I could consider. Knew a couple pharmacists. Applied to some pharmacy jobs. Applied to 5 different pharmacies kind of in the area, and CVS hired me. And I was like, okay, this doesn't suck. I can do this. And then, I mean, I just kind of stayed on that path. So worked at CVS in high school. Went to Sanford for undergrad. Did pre-pharmacy, and then just kind of stayed on that path till I graduated. CVS is the only place I ever worked until I graduated. I worked for them for 10 months as a pharmacist, hated it. Kind of knew I wanted to do community pharmacy, always knew I wanted to own a pharmacy. But yeah, the community retail thing is kind of the path that I was on. I didn't really, schools put focus on like hospital, but I didn't love the hospital. And now that I've been out for 10, 11 years, like I hate the hospital.
Okay.
I don't want to go to the hospital.
So that, I guess, and forgive me, I'm not up to speed on like how drugs in this country work or the medical field in general.
Me either.
But well, good, yeah. But I guess hospitals have their own in-house pharmacies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because most of the
So-
time when I go to the doctor, it's like, where's your local pharmacy and go get your drugs.
Well, yeah, so there's like a central pharmacy that dispenses medicines to all the people in the hospital.
Oh, so when you need morphine because you just got in a car wreck, they
Yeah,
go down to the pharmacist.
Yeah, like if it's an IV or something, a pharmacist is going to mix that up, and then it'll get dispensed out to the floor, and the nurse would hang the bag of morphine. I mean, I don't know. I've never worked in a hospital, but
I
like,
thought-
Okay, but there's actually a guy.
There's
I didn't
morphine.
even
I
thought
thought they
about
just
that.
kept that stuff in a locker.
That's what I thought.
Well,
It's
there-
like, just go get. I
Go
need
grab a
100
bag.
cc's of morphine. This
well,
dude's.
there's all kind of like, there's Pyxis machines, which is essentially a locker, and you got to go sign in and get it out. But I mean, they make pain medicines that they hang in your room and stuff like that. But I mean, I've never worked in it, so I don't know. But
Okay.
that's kind of how it works. There's a central pharmacy, and they send stuff out. The central pharmacy would fill those machines in those lockers that contain the drugs. So, like, somebody from the pharmacy department's going out and doing that. But again, I can't speak to that. That's not my area. Like UAB, for example, has over 100 pharmacists. So they got central pharmacy. They got little satellite pharmacies around the hospital.
That'd be cool.
But-
But the guy driving the armored car with all the
Well, morphine.
all the
think-
morphine.
I think
and-
it's a lot less like that. I think it's just a dude with a cart.
back of
just
his
to do with the
Nissan. Yeah.
the back of his Nissan.
Yeah.
Dude. Well, you're carrying all these high profile drugs and narcotics and stuff, and you're going and refilling these lockers like you were describing. I would imagine it would be like, we had a couple of bags of Adderall go missing. No big deal. Probably just fell off the truck. It's a college.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think that would probably get noticed.
Noticed.
But,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, all that to say, I didn't like hospital. It's too sad to me. Like, people there are really sick, and that's just too heavy for me. So, like, in the community, I can use my same knowledge and skills, but, like, build relationships with people and see people every month, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, I'm going to, like, see some sadness and some sickness, but it's not as, like, heavy and
Here's your
sad.
last bag, sir.
Yeah, it's not.
As he's like, Bill's gonna die tomorrow for
Yeah.
sure.
And so it's just, it's
Super
not
morbid.
as sad to me.
Hey, but then some guys you wind up in their basement doing a podcast.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
You never know.
Yeah, dude. I think I came in there because I have horrendous sleeping problems. What's wrong with me, man? Is that like I was surfing through your social media and one of your posts was just dedicated to like have problems sleeping. So I know it's like
Probably just trying to sell some
an
hemp
issue
products.
in this country. You know, like I feel like I'm not the only one, but
Because we're fat and obese and can't breathe while we're asleep. It's probably apnea.
we spend too much time on the computer. I know if you like play on your phone a lot before you go to bed, it like inhibits the
Dang
way your
blue
brain,
light.
the
Is
blue
it?
light.
Is it though?
That's what the government's telling us. I don't know.
I
Okay.
don't know.
But dude, I
All I
cannot
know is I got a
sleep.
blue light filter screen on here.
I need to get one. But man, I can't. Shout out to your buddy that had the little homemade, not homemade, but you know, who was selling like the sleep
Oh,
aid
yeah.
stuff. You were like, hey man, if you want to try one, it actually worked really good. I can't remember the name of it. Shout that guy out. But
Sleep better.
sleep better.
I think that's what it was.
It's like in a little 5-hour energy type bottle, and yeah, it worked great. And I think after that, you gave me what's that blue pill? It's like a
Bagger?
He took the
no.
Sorry.
He took the blue one.
It's
Unisom.
Unisom. But dude, I've taken other versions of Unisom, like the gel caps and stuff. I wanted to tell you this random fact here, but I've taken like the gel caps and stuff from that I bought at like Walgreens, and they don't work as good. Like the Unisom I got from you, there's something special about those powder capsules, man.
Keep
They knock
believing
me
it.
out, man.
Don't
It's
go
great.
to Walgreens.
And so I took them every night for like however many. There's like 50 in a pack, and then I try to like break it up. Like I'll do the ZQL thing for a month, and then I'll do the like melatonin thing for a month, and then I'll do the Unisom, and then I'll kind of cycle back through because I'm trying not to just take one thing too much. But all that to say, do you have a lot of people coming to you with sleep problems? Because I feel like I can't be the only one that
Yeah,
can't
I
sleep.
mean, we dispense a lot of prescriptions for that. Benadryl, Unisom, melatonin.
I don't know why we got off on
CBD.
that. I was like, I got a pharmacist in my basement. I'm gonna try to diagnose myself.
Yeah.
Figure out what's wrong with me.
Yeah, also the little blue pill joke, like that's what people call Viagra. So that was a joke.
Right.
Ha,
Yo,
ha.
I caught that.
Ha,
yeah.
ha,
Ha. Funny.
I did not just like break a HIPAA rule.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Is there things you can't talk about on this podcast?
Just like patient specific. That's all.
Okay. All right. So if I ask about my neighbor and what they're, I can't do that.
I
Okay.
don't know anything.
Fair enough.
Ooh, off limits, off limits. Okay, here's a dumb question. Maybe it's not so dumb. Okay, so when I go to the doctor and the doctor prescribes me a prescription and they're like, where's your pharmacy? And I send them to you and they call you, they're like, hey, he needs this. Then my doctor's like, yeah, he has it in like an hour, go pick it up. Do you just stockpile just like all these drugs? Like how does the pharmacist always have the drug that I need within like 30 minutes?
Yeah, we don't.
How?
I mean, that's like one of the hardest things about opening the pharmacy is just picking the inventory.
Okay.
Oh, you get to pick the inventory.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
like-
we get to pick what we carry, but I mean, like what sells and what sells here might be different than what sells in another neighborhood.
Okay.
What people are taking. I mean, there's like the top 200 drugs that are most commonly prescribed or dispensed, but it's really just a guessing game.
Okay.
And it's something that we're still working on and still like tweaking. But
Okay.
we started out with like a set dollar amount and then have just kind of bought more, sent some back, that sort of thing.
Okay, because I was always curious. You go to ever since I was a child, I was like, how does the pharmacy know?
They
Like,
just stockpile
do
the
they
drugs,
just-
man.
they send a driver there who gets there before I do and drops off the drug, and it's there when I get there.
Well, I mean, we do get drug orders every day. Like Monday through Friday, we get deliveries.
Okay.
And I mean, like the chain CVS's, they got deeper pockets, so they got bigger inventory. Like CVS's inventory, like from the stores that I've worked at, is like 10 times my inventory.
Gosh.
So like, I got a pretty good variety. I might not have exactly what you want or what you need. I can have it tomorrow.
Okay.
If I don't have it and you need it today, I can call another pharmacy that I'm friends with and be like, "Hey, do you have this? Can I borrow it? See you soon."
I need it.
Yeah,
Okay.
which we do. We're friendly with several other independents, and we all kind of help each other out like that.
Okay, that's
cool.
rad.
I got
Yeah.
called today. I got somebody going out of town tomorrow to New York for 6 weeks, and she needed this vitamin that we were out of. So, got to phone a friend at Crestline
Phone a friend,
Pharmacy.
yeah. I know a guy. I know
So-
a
Don't worry, I'll get it.
Yep, I'll get it. I'm going to Crestline Pharmacy before I open tomorrow
guy. Okay.
to
Well,
buy
dude.
this drug, to buy this vitamin.
Secrets are out.
Yep.
All right, so you get out of you graduate from Sanford. Are you a licensed pharmacist at that point? They have like a full blown. They have a really good pharmacy school there. I mean,
There's one or two in the state. So,
Okay.
I mean,
so most people. We were talking before we got recording that we did wedding photography for a long time, and a lot of our clients were pharmacists or knew people that were pharmacists. And so Sanford came up a lot, and I was like, okay, they got a really good pharmacy school there, I guess. Once you graduated, you said you went and worked at CVS corporate or official as a licensed pharmacist, hated it. At what point did you decide, look, I'm going to branch out on my own and do my own thing? And at what point did the Crestwood Pharmacy come into the picture?
So, I mean, I always knew I wanted to do it. I just didn't know that I didn't think it would happen this early. I kind of like had like 40 years old in mind. But then like I hated 5 jobs in a row. And
This is the worst. I've got to do something else.
I hate working for other people. It's awful. I want to do it my way. For whatever reason, a million different reasons. But like CVS, it was just 14-hour days, open by yourself, closed by yourself. You're just getting killed working 14-hour days. So that's awful. Then I went and worked like specialty pharmacy, which is like high-dollar medicine for chronic disease states. And then from there, I had an opportunity to go learn compounding. So I left that job. That was awesome to go learn compounding. I did compounding only for 5 years before opening Crestwood.
All right, to the cultured over here, or I don't even know what the right word is. What is compounding?
You don't know what compounding is?
You're mixing your own drugs is what it sounds like.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. So it's like the art and science of making customized medication.
Customized medication.
So it's like specific for you to treat a specific thing.
And you are licensed to do that. Instead of just prescribing me like ibuprofen. I'm
Well-
like, no, I think you need some ibuprofen with a little bit of Prozac. I'm
Ibuprofen.
going to mix that up. Ibuprofen B, yeah.
Yeah. So any pharmacist, their license qualifies them to compound. The board would like you to have some additional training.
You're just in the back like smashing drugs together.
No, it's like a bag of Chex Mix. You just gotta reach in.
Trail mix. Here you
Yeah.
go. Just reach in, grab your handful.
Yeah,
you're good.
it's you gotta weigh it at least, you know.
Oh, you gotta weigh it,
You
yeah.
gotta weigh
That's
it.
fair.
How many pieces are in 5 grams of Chex Mix, right?
All right.
So, I mean, I did compounding only for a while, but then I missed people. You're just sitting in a lab compounding, mixing stuff up. I miss people. And so I just wanted to kind of bring all my pharmacy skills together, do community pharmacy, offer compounding. One thing about compounding is they only compound. Compounding pharmacies only compound usually. So you want to compound, well, you got to go to Homewood. And then you got to go to CVS for your regular medicine, for your blood pressure medicine. I wanted to offer everything in one place. And I wanted to do like the ice cream. I didn't want it to feel like a CVS or like a sterile, boring doctor's office or...
I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not a regular pharmacy. I'm a cool pharmacy.
I'm a cool pharmacist. We're going to have the cool pharmacy.
I just want it to be different. I want to be welcoming. I want it to not be like you're walking rows of like product.
Sure.
I want it to just be like inviting. And like I can be smart and good at my job without looking like I need to tuck my shirt in.
Yeah, no,
I don't
dude.
have
I
to
dig
tuck
the
my
vibe.
shirt
It's
in.
very laid back.
Like,
it's very cool.
I can mix up your drugs for you in the back in like an hour, and I'll be good at it.
And you can get some ice cream.
Yeah, and you can get some ice cream while you wait.
Yeah.
So
that was the idea going into it. And I hear that ideas are easy. It's the execution that is difficult. So did you guys know, or when I say you guys, you obviously have a partner in this endeavor. Who is that person and how did they get involved? And is this somebody you knew before? Or?
yeah, I have a business partner. We're 50-50. His name's Tyler Shaddix. He's from Trustville. We've known each other since about 08, 09. Met at church and just became friends.
Where's Tyler at tonight, man? Come on.
Yeah, he's busy.
He's not good on camera. Okay, that's fine.
And so I've just watched him do a million different things, and he can do anything. He's really smart and can do anything. I've watched him take apart a motorcycle, take apart an engine, remodel a house completely. He's kind of in the same situation with some of his jobs. So, like, worked for somebody else, didn't love it, would leave a job for whatever reason. I was doing the same thing in pharmacy. So, like, one point, we're hanging out. I'm like, hey,
Y'all working on a Harley engine, like, hey, man.
you want to open a pharmacy? Like,
How
you
you-
hate your job. I hate my job. We've both quit like 4 jobs. Like, let's do something for ourselves.
Yeah.
And so we just kept like pursuing it, and no door was closed. Everything just kept working out, and here we are. I mean, I think we
Now, did you know what part of town you wanted to end up in? Or
So he
Any
lives
vaguely?
He lives in Eastwood, and we kind of. I mean, we were drawn to the east side of town. I was looking at buying a house over here. I lived in the suburbs, and I was looking to move into the city. Pretty newlywed. Got married in 2014, and we wanted to buy a house in the city. My in-laws live in like Crestline Park. Tyler lived in Eastwood. We were looking at Highland Park, Forest Park, but then as we just kept looking, we kept coming east to Crestwood.
Yeah,
And
that
once we
price,
got
that
here,
price keeps driving you towards Irondale. Yeah.
yeah. And so we ended up over here and loved it. And
Yeah.
Crestwood was awesome. I mean, it was more residential than a lot of the other places we were even looking at. It felt neighborhoody.
Yeah.
And then the shopping center was there, and there's like 3 vacant spots probably at that time, and we're like, oh, this is cool. It's a
So
cool
was the
neighborhood.
spot you guys are in now, was that vacant at the time?
That's
that
the
you were looking at?
original.
Yeah, it was. There was 2 spaces connected. The bookstore, Thank You Books, and Crestwood Pharmacy were one big space, and it was a State Farm insurance office,
Okay.
and it was empty at that time. So I think those might have been the only spaces that were empty. But those 2 were empty. We were like, that's pretty cool. That's a good location. It's a good neighborhood. And then we started crunching the numbers, looking at the census. How many people live in the area? How many cars drive by a day? Is there enough like business in this area to support it? And everything looked good. And so we just kept moving forward.
And you officially opened 5 years ago, so what year was that?
August 1st, 2017.
2017. Okay.
And we worked on it for we probably worked on the business plan for a year, and then we worked on the build out for a year. So I think we got a loan approved for the loan for the business in maybe 2015.
Oh, wow.
Maybe
okay, so from
2016.
2015 to 2017.
Yeah,
Before it was actually
we were working on it definitely in 15.
Yeah.
And then so we worked on that for a while. Then we got approved, and then we worked on the build out for a whole year before we even opened. And so, yeah, I mean, really officially we've been in business for even longer than 5.
Wow.
But we've been open to the public for 5.
Well, how was that first year? I mean, how do you build hype for a pharmacy? What do you do?
Man, we don't know.
Do you get out there and put ads and
Oh God, yeah.
what do you do? Or you
don't
just
know.
put the sign on the door and
Yeah.
if you build it, they will come.
That's
you know?
exactly what we did because we blew our budget so fast.
You're out there in scrubs on the street slinging a sign.
I need I want to be dressed up as a syringe, dancing around.
Yeah,
with a
man.
sign.
Come get your flu shots here.
So yeah, I mean, I think a flu shot costume would be a great idea. I think a milkshake costume would be a great idea, but we haven't done any of that.
Well,
It's coming.
So it's all word of mouth at first, the advertising. We're just now starting to advertise. We got a radio ad on BMR, which we just started this year. We sent out mailers for the first time last year. Followed up with some more mailers this year.
have you seen a return on the investment in that?
Yeah, I mean, I
Okay.
can't measure it, but
Well, they should be able to
yes.
give you the analytics or whatever. Like, hey, you ran this many ads, and maybe.
Well, we got the ad on BMR, and it plays 4 times a day, and people are always coming in and be like, "Hey, I heard this, and I want to come get some ice cream."
Sweet.
But we're not tracking it on. All right, well, how many milkshakes did we sell today?
So
Gotcha.
are these special milkshakes or are these just normal milkshakes? What are we talking
No,
about?
that's a whole dude. We're gonna get into
Yeah,
that.
That's
we'll
what
get
I want
into
to
that.
talk
I need to
about.
understand.
So
Because if you look at the Instagram,
if you look at the Instagram, all right. So Katie's got your Instagram pulled up right here. For anyone listening, check us out on YouTube. We do have a channel. Select that middle photo right there.
well, hold
Katie.
on, hold on. Is this the pharmacy page or
This is the pharmacy
or is this
page.
the botanical page?
No, this is the pharmacy page. So here you are.
that's
dancing.
pretty recent.
That's pretty recent. And this is in Alabama, which I thought was pretty cool.
No shot.
Yeah,
This is
man.
Alabama.
And so this is a shout out to Dry Creek Hemp Farm.
Hey,
And that
you should have them on too.
that would be cool.
Explain to our listeners what we're looking at.
What are we looking at right here? Because I see you in a forest of green, sir.
That is me.
You are, and you're smiling ear to ear.
All right. Well, I apologize to everyone for being so boring up until this point, but now my passion's going to show.
All right,
go.
So
bring it.
This is me just with a bunch of beautiful cannabis plants.
That's a lot, brother.
Because they say hemp, and to the untrained eye, I'm
And
looking at
those.
these. And Katie, if you'll scroll through those pictures, just click that arrow on the right side of the
Oh,
picture.
brother, we are up in smoke.
Dude, and there's a shout out to
That's
your
Gage.
All right, and yeah, I was looking at these and I was like, dude, that looks like just straight up cannabis to me. Like I don't know the difference between quote unquote hemp and quote unquote cannabis and
Well-
quote unquote Delta 9, Delta 8, all these variants, CBD.
How much time you got?
Dude, well, that's part of this podcast. I want to educate myself. I want to learn something new. I want to walk away, and hopefully anybody listening might learn something. But going back, let's pick our path here. What are you doing here, first of all?
So, this is Dry Creek Hemp Farms, located an hour north of town, out in the country. This is their greenhouse. They invited us up. They invited some wholesalers up, retailers. I mean, we buy wholesale from them. They invited us up about 2 weeks before Easter to check out their like winter harvest before they cut it. And so we just went up there to check it out. They got a greenhouse. They grow on a smaller scale on a greenhouse just like to experiment during the winter. So we just went up there to check it out. They harvested that the next day.
The next day. So this is right before.
This is the day before.
So this is like
They
fruit
like go
ready
through,
to be
touch
yeah.
them, squeeze them, smell them.
And this is Alabama.
But this is in Alabama, so
this is Alabama. This is hemp. Cannabis is like the umbrella term, and it is comprised of marijuana and hemp. And the 2018 Farm Bill made a legal distinction between those two. Hemp is 0.3% or less Delta 9 THC. Marijuana is 0.31% or more. But they're both cannabis. To the naked eye, looks the same. To the nose, it's the same.
okay, but what we're looking at is actually 0.3 or less
Right.
THC.
so you can
Right.
much
In the plant.
that much.
That's crazy.
And
that
it's
you
all
can
based
dial
on
it in.
genetics, so they
Yeah.
mix different strains.
How do you test for that though? I mean, like like you said, to
The
the naked
state-
eye, to the smell. Do they have
gotta-
somebody just coming out there with
Yeah.
like a
Department of Agriculture,
lab kit and they just
they
like snatch
cut
a
it and
plant?
send it off to the state lab.
Okay.
So they take the top 8 inches of the plant, which I've learned this from talking to Dry Creek. They cut off the top 8 inches of the plant and send it off for testing. I mean, if it's like hot, 0.31%, you got to burn the plant. You got to burn the crop.
Gotta burn the whole crop.
whole crop.
Damn. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and they can grow like thousands of plants if they're growing outside during like the warm season. If it's hot, got to go.
Dude.
I think we should heavy ultra hemp testing. I think we should get in that market.
That's crazy, man. Well, yeah, looking at this photo, dude, I can't get over
beautiful
that
plants.
smile, dude.
Yeah.
Looking
Oh,
at you, that's
like
crazy.
a kid in a candy shop.
Dude, yeah, man.
Beautiful plants. They smell awesome. It smells so good. I actually took my dad too. I don't think he made any of these pictures, but I got pictures of him, like shirt tucked in. I'm like, hey, Dad, sniff that plant again.
Yeah,
And I don't know. It's awesome. It's exciting that this is going on because this was not allowed until 2018. Like this was illegal until 2018.
well, that's what I'm saying.
Even
And maybe
him.
I'm just foreign to the
if
the
you got
weed
caught-
craze in our nation that's happening right now, and it seems like it's becoming so much more accepted
Yeah.
now. And you go to any gas station now or anywhere. I mean, it's like Delta 8 products, Delta 9 products that I was seeing on your page.
Well, that's
and-
why I was unsure if I was even going to sell any of it. We've sold CBD since we could,
Yeah.
but the other stuff I was kind of like, I don't know. But now I'm like, screw it. If everybody else is doing it, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to sell the best product. So,
Yeah. So how did you find out about this company? Were you aware of them, or did they just cold call you and like, hey,
No.
we got this operation going on? Come
I
check
saw
us out.
them they were like sponsoring an event at Trim Tab. And like as soon as I saw the first flyer, I was like, Dry Creek Camp from Alabama. Let me call these guys.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to them. I emailed them just like from the contact us on their website. And Blake called me within an hour and was like, hey, what's up? And I just asked him questions. And I mean, he had an order down, I think, probably the next day.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we started out selling a different brand that's based out of Kentucky. It's a great brand. I went to one of their farms, but they contract farm with all these different farmers across Kentucky. Kentucky had the infrastructure from tobacco farmers, so these guys stopped growing so much tobacco, and they got the fields, they got the barns to dry it in and everything, so they just switched to hemp.
So it's just
And
easy
it's
transition. Yeah.
And so this big company with a bunch of money just like got these guys to grow them hemp. And so it's a good company. They make a great product. I went up there to one of their farms and did some training and stuff with them. It's awesome, but the market has become saturated and prices have come down. Their prices didn't necessarily come down. And so also, I'm a small business. These guys are more like CVS. Like the CEO lives in Australia. It's a big company. Where this guy's, Dry Creek, is 2 guys running a 40-acre farm. So they're more
right
like
here in
us.
Bama, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's- yeah.
That's what's
Best-
cool. Yeah.
Best Bama bud you can get, baby.
Yeah,
Bama
dude,
bud.
that's so cool. And
And so, I mean, they're close. We like to do as much local as possible. They're close. The service was great because he called me within an hour of emailing. And then their products are great, and they've been innovative once they got into the D8 and D9 space.
yeah, okay. So bring me up to speed on that. So
So this is something that might need to get edited out.
Okay. Well,
Let's go.
Let's try
Not
not
really.
to get to the edited out
Not really.
stage.
It's just
'cause I
like,
want our listeners
I
to know.
guess I
it's
just
fun.
need to go ahead and get it out of the way. I'm the first openly stoner pharmacist in Alabama. Okay.
Okay.
Here we are. That's out there.
All right,
That's
well-
probably the part that would need to be edited.
All right. Well,
Okay.
But who cares?
You ponder on that,
Who
and
cares?
if later
It's
we need to
legal.
edit that, I'm just going to
using
blur your
legal
face.
products.
You're
What do you-
using legal products. Yeah.
See, that's why you give them ice cream, so they're not thinking about, well, like, man, he's been back there a long time. What's he doing?
That's why you have the ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah. Distraction.
Town.
But dude, so if you could give me the short history of it, when Delta 8 became legal and accepted, at least in my experience, it to me has the same effect. You know, I don't partake in cannabis use a lot, but I have, you know, it's like, dude, you go to like, you know, shout out to Vineyard or any of these other places you can go to, you know, get anything. They have all these Delta 8 products, you know, pre-rolls or drinks or, you know, whatever. And we actually had, the name is escaping me right now. We had another company reach out that gave us some stuff, Dr.
Dr. Dank.
Oh yeah.
Weatherford. Yeah, so shout out to Weatherford. They gave us some stuff that we tried. And I was like, dude, I'm feeling the same effects as if I would anything else. And maybe I'm just a novice and I don't, you know, use cannabis a bunch. But I don't fully understand the difference between Delta 9 or Delta 8. And to me, I was just like, dude, this stuff's readily available everywhere, you know, in all different forms, edibles, drinks, pre-rolls, vapes, you name it. So can you kind of explain to anyone that may not know, myself included, what the difference is in those products?
Yeah. Be glad to. Also, shout out to Weatherford. I did know those guys.
They do a lot of, if you go to Orr, you can see a lot of their products there.
Yeah, they've got a grow here in town. It's an indoor grow, and it's really nice.
And you can buy like flour and you can buy all kinds. It's
Yeah.
just like, dude, and to the untrained eye, I'm like,
I mean, it used
what? We got it right here. It's everywhere. Like,
Somebody
who
smoking
cares?
a Delta 8 joint, it smells like the real thing.
Yeah,
And
man.
so
That's what I'm
it's pretty
saying.
wild.
It's
They
like,
got
and we're in
vapes.
Alabama, the most like, dude, we're 10 years behind every other, you know, state as
I mean-
far as like the I can't talk.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to say
Before it
was
becomes
there.
legal here, you know, we'll be like the last state in the union before
I mean,
it becomes fully legal.
It makes
here.
me so sad. Like, let's legalize it and let's tax it. Like, let's do that.
Yes, I am completely supportive of that. And shout out to Skeeve Co. They actually partner with Yellowhammer Creative, and they have a really rad shirt, and I'll put that in the video. It's like Legalize Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Have you
I've
seen that?
The yellow one.
Yeah, well, they have a bunch, and actually Woodfin was wearing one,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
But
on
then,
420, he posted a picture in it.
Yeah, and
It's like, oh, cool. I can agree with Woodfin on something.
yeah, no, man, dude, I love Woodfin. And so he was wearing that shirt, but our buddy who does the Skeeve Co. thing, he actually did that same print on these like rad like tie-dye shirts. It's not tie-dye. He would kill me if he heard me say that.
Bleach, bro.
Dude, it's chroma dye.
Chroma dye.
It's chroma dye. And so, yeah, he has these cool shirts. I'll put a picture for anybody listening. Check it out. But, yeah, I kind of interrupted. But if you could explain the difference between, like,
Yeah, I have so
The
many
deltas,
thoughts. Like, yeah,
like-
Weatherford's awesome. You should talk to Payne. He's an attorney.
I know.
He's one of
I might
those.
as well be
Get
high.
Payne and Lucas on
I
here,
smoked
man.
a pre-roll
They're
before we
wild.
got rolling. I was like, dude.
All right, so 2018 Farm Bill. That's the federal bill that legalized. It essentially created a legal definition of hemp and marijuana. Like I said, they're both cannabis. It smells the same, looks the same. The only difference is THC content. So 0.3% or less is hemp. 0.31% or more is marijuana. Marijuana is illegal. Hemp is not illegal. But before 2018, hemp was illegal. You could not grow hemp. It was illegal, I think. But then, so the 2018 Farm Bill made that distinction, and Alabama started letting people grow hemp. I don't know how many licenses they gave out, but you had to like apply. It's a very thorough, vetted process. And so people started growing hemp. People have been spending like, I mean, I'd say millions of dollars to get this industry going. Until 2019, Alabama law had THC as a Schedule 1 drug, though. So the same as heroin, same as meth, PCP.
God.
So any THC was illegal. So people were
Any. Any micro amount.
The Alabama law conflicted with the federal law. So federal law said 0.3% or less was legal. Alabama's law said zero tolerance, 0.0%
Whoa.
is what's legal. So anybody that was selling it before then was technically breaking the law, but who can enforce that? The Board of Pharmacy can enforce me, and so we couldn't sell CBD that had THC in it until June 2019. Governor Ivey signed a bill making Alabama law match federal law, so it legalized THC from hemp in 0.3% or less concentration. So some pharmacies sold it. They just asked forgiveness instead of permission. I asked permission. The board said no. I asked. They said no. I asked. They said no.
So this is after you started Crestwood.
It was after I started Crestwood.
You
I
got the
wanted
soda
to sell
fountain going. You're like, I want to sell this stuff so bad. Like,
and it's like not legal in Alabama yet.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so the board's like, no, leave us alone. Stop beating a dead horse. We'll tell you when you can sell it. And it's just because THC was listed as Schedule 1 drug. Once Ivy signed that law, the board's like, okay, you can sell it now. And so we started selling CBD.
That's crazy. Ivy signed that in.
Well,
Hey,
I mean,
Governor
because
Meemaw's done some
it's
good
not
things, man.
enough to get you
Whoa.
high at 0.3% unless you make
If
a
you
heavy
smoke enough
gummy.
of it.
Yeah, unless you
Dude,
have
unless
a
you-
big enough gummy.
Okay.
We'll get there.
that's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
okay.
Like the milligrams. Okay, that's okay. All
Yeah,
right. I don't want to interrupt.
So then the 2018 Farm Bill also had some like fine print that people didn't read, and we're a little slow here, so we didn't get onto the scene until later. But like it legalized isomers of CBD, which an isomer is like the same exact like chemical makeup, just rearranged in a different way. And so like CBD and THC have this, it's like all made up of the same thing. Everything's just rearranged. And so if you have an isomer of CBD that's hemp derived, it's legal. If it's naturally occurring in the plant and it's hemp derived and it's an isomer of CBD, it's legal. So Delta 8 THC is an isomer of CBD. You can convert CBD to Delta 8 THC and it's legal.
Okay.
You cannot convert Delta 9 THC, which is active ingredient marijuana. It's the only thing that's regulated. If you convert Delta 9 THC from marijuana into Delta 8 THC, not legal.
Can't
So
do
the source matters.
So the source matters. Okay.
So the source matters. It's got to be hemp derived, and it's got to be 0.3% Delta 9 THC or less to be legal. So Delta 8, it's an isomer of Delta 9. It's an isomer of CBD. It's like weed light, 50 to 80% potency. People are calling it weed light.
Weed light. Okay.
So 50 to 80% potency of Delta 9 THC. So people that have done Delta 9, smoked weed, didn't like it, ate brownies, didn't like it, too anxious, too paranoid. There's less of that with Delta 8. So people that had that experience with Delta 9 tend to like Delta 8 a little better because it's a little more chill.
It's mellow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not quite as intense.
And that's the way it was kind of marketed to me, at least
Now
when they
you
were
can,
explaining.
if you take enough,
I was about to say,
you can get there.
You drink a 24 pack of Bud Light.
Yeah,
it's about the
you're gonna-
same as chugging a bottle of Jaeger. It doesn't matter.
Get
You know what I mean?
lit. Yeah. So that's, I mean, you can take enough to get too high and to get
Yeah.
paranoid. And
Yeah.
so that's kind of the rundown on Delta 8 and Delta 9. Now, why we have Delta 9 on the shelf right now legally is because it's hemp derived and it's 0.3% or less.
Yeah.
So make a heavy enough chocolate bar, make a heavy enough gummy, and you can have a legal dose. So if you go to Colorado and you went to a dispensary, it's in 10 milligram increments. So if you got a chocolate bar that's 100 milligrams, it's going to be 10 pieces. If you buy a thing of gummies, they're going to be in 10 milligram increments of Delta 9 THC.
Delta 9. Okay.
But you can still sell it as the whole bag.
Yeah, so you
or
can still buy the whole
bar.
thing. It's just like, all right, only take one at a time.
It's up to you.
It's
And
up
they
to
have
the-
the little icon, because we went to Colorado and, or no, we went to Portland. Same kind of similar situation. And on all the products, we went to a dispensary and we are kind of checking it out. It's the first time ever been in a dispensary. I was like, whoa, this is neat.
Yeah, it's
And they were
awesome.
showing us all these things, and they have the little, I don't know if it's like been generalized across the whole market, but they had these little icons on the bottom that had like a red, it's like a red square
With
with like a
exclamation
cannabis
point.
plant next or an exclamation point or something.
Yeah.
And it lets you know
It's
ahead of time,
THC.
hey, there is THC in
Yes.
this. It's not just a CBD product or whatever.
Yeah, if you notice, I don't know if you've seen Weatherford's gummies, they've got that
Yeah.
imprint on their gummy.
Oh, okay. No,
So,
I
like,
haven't. I haven't seen
If you
that.
take a gummy out of the package, it's got like the triangle with an exclamation point in it.
Okay.
So like that is pretty standard across the board. Like warning, this is not just a soda.
Right,
This is
right.
gonna light you up.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So let's see.
But going back to like the milligrams, like
Oh,
that
yeah.
you get.
So make a heavy enough chocolate or gummy, you can have a regular dose. Like we have some gummies right now, they weigh 3.5 grams. Do the math, it allows up to 10.5 milligrams of THC. So we got 10
So you
milligrams.
just compact it into one small package.
Yeah, so I mean the gummies are like this big. It's
It's
got
like-
I mean it's a good sized gummy.
Sure.
But it's got 10 milligrams in it. It's the same thing as what you get in Colorado.
10 milligrams of
Delta 9
THC.
Yes.
And so that's the loophole of how you're able to get it in there.
Some people call it a loophole. Some people
Or is
say
that the
that's
wrong
just how the-
terminology?
some
Or that's
people
just
say-
how it's written?
Some
Or-
people say it's a loophole. Some people say that's just how the law is written.
Okay.
So-
Because I have seen, scrolling through, and Katie, if you back up one, there were some products on your page, and we'll get into the Beeham Botanicals here in a second. But if you scroll down, maybe it wasn't on this
I think
page.
it was up. It's you talking about the Delta 9?
The Delta 9. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was clearly written.
Yeah, it
yeah.
is. And I mean, what gives me the confidence to
Yeah,
sell
we'll
these
find it later.
products is we're not just selling Alabama stuff. We just added another brand that's from North Carolina, and we came across their product on the internet. Like, we're not the only ones interpreting the law this way.
Yeah. Katie, if you'll click on that photo in the middle right there, I just want to, no, down one. Well, no, that was a good one. Sorry. But right there in the middle, yeah, you have the triangle with the 9 THC.
Yeah, that's
And
the new
so,
brand.
from my limited understanding,
That's
I was
the
like,
10 milligram gummies.
I was like, dude, this is like Delta 9 THC. Like, this is what you find in like the states where it's like,
That's what I
you know,
ate
recreational,
before I walked in.
legal.
So are you taking those in the morning with like your
with your morning
multivitamins?
coffee?
Your
I'm not
multivitamins?
That would be considered working impaired. It'd be like going to work drinking. So I saved those for after work. That's what I had right before.
We're at the time of this recording. Taylor is not. He's off hours. It is
7:15.
7:15. Yeah.
But yeah, I ate one of those blue ones right before I walked in here. So
Okay,
it's
but
probably
that-
kicking in.
But it's cool that that's how it works. Because I was like, dude, we're in like Alabama. How am I seeing Delta 9 written on this bottle? I don't understand how this is legal.
Well,
I see you dancing around in a field of green, and I'm like, did I miss something? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, it is just the way that the law was written. It was the combination of 2018 Farm Bill, and then I don't know the name of the bill Ivy signed in 2019 that legalized this. The Board of Pharmacy tried to get it banned. Last August, they wrote a letter to the DEA asking the DEA to make Delta 8 THC a controlled substance. The DEA wrote back 1 month later and said, no, this is why it's legal.
Yeah.
And the last paragraph on that letter to the DEA, did I just do something?
No, I think he
hit the
smacked
mic.
the mic. Yeah.
The last paragraph on that letter talks about Delta 9, and it just lays it out as plain as day. So since that letter has come out, it's made its rounds on the internet, and that's why we're seeing this sort of thing. Because it's clarifying from the DEA, the
From
authority,
DEA,
the authority on controlled substances. They're like, Delta 8's cool, as long as it's hemp-derived and not synthetic. Like, there's some, like, rules. But as long as it's, like, naturally derived and from the plant and not just, like, made in a lab completely from scratch. And as long as Delta 9 is 0.3% or less total weight, it's cool. That's at least the interpretation for now. So you can't smoke, you can't have smokables
Can't smokables of Delta 9.
because there's not enough THC. Like, the ratio wouldn't work, the percentage wouldn't work. And then
Okay.
you can't have the vape, it'd be too concentrated. So you'd be way over the 0.3%.
So it
But
only
the
works in like
gummies-
an edible form.
Pretty much on the edible because you can get some weight
I got
on
you.
that gummy.
Okay.
Because like, if you had a bud, like 1 gram bud,
It's not going to work out. The math.
yeah,
doesn't
the
work,
math
yeah.
doesn't work. It'd be illegal
I got you.
to have enough to get high. But
Okay.
you make a 3.5 gram gummy.
Okay.
I mean, there's the
Well,
math.
there you go. Yeah, there's the math.
There's
man.
the math right there. That's
I'm learning something, man. Yeah.
from what I've read on the internet. 3.5 grams is 1/8 of an ounce, and 10 milligrams of THC in 1/8 of an ounce is not that much. Sounds like.
All right. So what are
But
the
if you eat
products
it.
that we're looking at here in this photo? This is I'm trying to read it. CBD MD.
Yeah,
is that
that-
the name of the company?
Yeah, great name.
And then I see some Deep Creek stuff over there too.
Dry Creek.
Dry Creek.
Yeah, I was about to say Deep Creek.
Deep Creek is
no, John ain't slinging.
Yeah. Shout out to
herbs.
John Tubbs. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, and then Terrebonne, those green bottles up top. Shout out to Terrebonne. That's another. It's like a cousin of Weatherford. So
Okay.
just their therapeutic line. Owned by the same
Oh, you're getting all
company.
fancy on me now. Therapeutic.
Yeah, well, I got to give a shout out for a couple reasons. One is the Birmingham company. Two, I formulated those capsules for them. There's 4 capsules. They're designed to treat certain things, but that's what those are.
That's where that compounding knowledge is
Yeah.
coming in. Yeah.
Well, I didn't make them. They sent them all to be made. So they had the the making and packaging outsourced because they're soft gels, so it'd be like a ibuprofen soft gel.
Yeah.
And then Dry Creek, we got some gummies, lotions, and then CBMD. But yeah, Terrebonne.
Cool. Do you guys sell Weatherford at
Yes.
your shop?
Yeah, we sell Weatherford. We don't have any. We do have some Dr. Dank. Dr. Dank has. We currently have their suckers.
They make it all, man.
Yeah, their sodas were too much. 100 milligrams is too much.
That is a
It's a
lot.
lot.
Yeah, dude.
So we don't have their sodas. We got Blackwater from Weatherford. We got the gummies, the chocolates, Terrebonne, and then some of the Dr. Dank suckers.
And then the white water is like the CBD soda
Right. Yeah.
thing.
Non-intoxicating
Right.
CBD seltzer.
I dig the CBD stuff, man. My thing is, as I got older, it just seemed like the way THC affected me wasn't as fun anymore. And I've listened to some other podcasts, and I've even been to a concert where, like, I think one of the last Sloss Fest, not Furnace Fest, but Sloss Fest that happened, we were there watching a band, and, like, people are just blazing up in the audience and stuff. He was like, how many people here smoking, having a good time? He's like, dude, I can't do it. It just gives me anxiety. And I feel like I'm the same way. Like, I don't know. At some point, going from a teenager to a young adult to an adult, it just affected me differently as I got
Man,
older.
We're adults now.
I guess so. But it
I'd say
just increased my anxiety, and I just didn't enjoy it like I used to. Maybe I just have more on my mind now, but I don't know.
I think a couple things to that. Sorry, my stomach is growling like a mug. I don't know if y'all can hear
All I
it.
hear is this
Mine
fridge
too.
running in the background, so hopefully that's not
Can I
picking up
get
in
a
the
beer?
mics. Yes.
Yeah, what you want?
Let me have a trim tab.
You got it.
I mean, some people just ain't gonna jive with weed, So there's that. Like, some people might not just like it. It might
Sure,
give you
and then there's
anxiety.
people that don't jive with alcohol.
Yeah. But then I'd say too, like, first of all, we live in Alabama, so you get what you can get. It's not like you can go to the dispensary and pick. So I think,
I got a pharmacist sitting right in front of me, man. I need you to help me
Well, I
discover what I like.
yeah, I think like you could maybe find something you like better. And
Okay.
so like maybe you're an indica guy, and you've only got sativas, or the last time you got sativa.
See, and okay, all right.
And then there's even like variations within that.
That's the problem of choice. There's too much out there, like we have too much to choose from. There's too much going on. And, I've watched some documentaries and stuff on it, and it's like people want higher and higher and higher doses and stronger and stronger and stronger products. And you have some of the older dudes that are like, man, where's the mellow stuff? Like I see some of these guys that are smoking like it's like this resin, and they're doing it in like a glass bong.
the wax stuff?
And they're doing the wax, and they're like
That stuff's-
superheating it with a
that
blue
stuff's too
torch.
intense.
And it's so intense, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is like on another level, dude. Like,
Yeah.
who wants something that strong?
Somebody
in
that
their
smokes a
blood?
lot.
Somebody that smokes
Somebody
a lot
that
or has
smokes
a
a
high
lot.
tolerance. That
Yes,
smokes all
which-
the time.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, one, I'm scared that I'm going to take something that's going to just send me way over the edge because it's way too strong.
Well,
Or two,
That's the problem with edibles. Is it's like too intense for too long.
yes,
So
they come on slow
like smoking's good.
because it's like an instant, and you can
It's-
tell, like,
yeah,
okay, I don't need
I
more.
need to stop.
I need to stop.
And it's a shorter duration, so it's not going to last as long. An edible, it's going to take an hour to kick in, maybe an hour and a half, and then you're going to be stuck with it for like 6. And the classic edible problem is people take it and they don't feel it for an hour, so they take another
Take
one.
more.
And then they're just like melting into the couch for 6 or 7 hours, and that sucks.
I've got a story, but yeah.
So I think what I tell everybody, and I ask them, like, when's the last time you smoked? Like, what's your experience with this? Start low, go slow. And if you are new to it, like, start even lower. Like, take less than you think. I'd rather you not feel anything the first time than
Than to
feel too
overdo it.
much.
Yeah.
Because then you're never going to do it again. You wasted $30.
It's a terrible experience.
Yeah, it's awful. I've done it before.
So do I have to come in your store, conjured up a story why I can't see in the dark, why I need these gummies, or can I just come in and buy them?
I want those.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all you
is
gotta
that
do.
easy.
Yeah.
Okay. My
Okay.
back hurts.
Oh,
when
I got a big toenail that's hurting. I need
Yeah.
some
Don't-
Delta 9
Right,
gummies.
right.
Don't care. That's $32.99. Just kidding.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
I do care.
So when did this become a thing? And maybe you already said that.
So Delta
After
8,
2018?
I mean it was legal in 2018. We're a little slow, so probably
Got
like
it.
I heard about it.
But when did the letter thing came out
Is
when
it
they said,
21?
"Hey, we want
pharmacy.
to."
Oh, that was last September.
last September.
21.
Oh wow! So, it
So
hadn't even
Farm
been a
Bill
year.
legalized in 18. Ivy legalized Alabama in 19. And then at that point, all the isomers were legal, but we didn't hear about them until like maybe October of that year, maybe October 20.
Okay. Did you guys, being a pharmacy, do you have people reaching out to you like, "Oh, dude, we got this product," or "We got that product," or people from maybe out of state, like companies that are wanting to expand? Because you mentioned earlier the market has become saturated, prices have come down, everybody's trying to get in on the weed game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
you
Also,
know.
are you competing with like vape shops and smoke shops who are also selling?
Vape shops, smoke shops, gas stations,
I mean, it's everywhere.
the first 2 dispensaries in town.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we do get people reaching out to us to sell stuff. It's mostly like hemp companies, and so they got a variety of products. Like they have a hemp farm, and so it's kind of like Dry Creek. They have the farm, they grow the plant, and they also have a bunch of products. So we have like people reaching out, but there's no reason to have duplicates. The reason we carry everybody is because they kind of like do a few things differently
Yeah.
and have special products. But
So on the Dry Creek thing, is there anybody else in Alabama that's doing what they're doing? Are they the only ones? Or are there other
mean,
farms that are also
I
competing
think-
for your business?
I think Weatherford, because
Well, Weatherford, yeah,
they've
that's
got the
true.
farm. There's another one I've come across on the internet, but I don't remember.
Now, where does Weatherford grow? Are they growing in town, or do they have
They
something
are.
on
Are
the
they in
state?
that building?
They're-
Can we talk about that? Is that
I don't know. I don't know like what they want people to know, but it is grown in town inside,
okay? Yeah, I mean, I didn't
I
think
feel
they had
like-
like a garden outside
near here.
behind
I
moms or
thought
something.
John talked about it though. Like they call it the
Weed
they-
World.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that's like hidden knowledge.
You don't think they
I don't know.
grow
I
it
just-
downstairs?
it's-
But I was like, dude, well, I
If
went.
it's not common knowledge, if it's not common knowledge, you can edit it out. But it's right next to mom's basement.
Yeah, okay,
It's
yeah.
underneath.
No, that's totally going in. Because they reached out to us and they gave us some products. They're like, "Hey, we like your podcast. Mention our stuff on your show." We did that a while back, and they actually gave me a small tour. But all the stuff that I saw inside, I didn't see any kind of like grow facility. It was all like, "Hey, this is where we do our canning. This is
Oh,
where we
wow.
make our edible stuff here."
Yeah, they got a whole room for that.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Well, that's neat.
They left those doors shut when you came by.
Yeah, they were like, "No, we're not letting them into the vault."
Well, I think it does have something to do. I mean, like the plants and light cycles and stuff like that. So if it was closed because the plants need to be in the dark and not be exposed
That's
to
a
light,
fair point.
like
yeah.
that's probably what it was. Because I've been over there before and got near the door, and they're like, "Hey,
Ooh.
don't touch it!"
Ooh.
I'm like, "Hey,
Like, I know you.
I'm not doing anything. Like,
Ruin the crop.
I'm not doing anything."
Ruin the crop. He opened the door, so we got a bad crop this year. It's
I mean, just,
Taylor's fault.
They're precise.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I don't really know anybody else in Alabama. There's plenty of hemp farmers. Some people grow it for flour. Some people grow it and sell it. Some people make their own products.
So does Dry Creek do all of it, or they just specialize in like?
Yeah, they do all of it.
they do all of it. Okay.
They can do anything.
Well, dude, that's awesome, man. I didn't realize that was right here in our backyard. That's cool. Well, I guess not in our backyard, but
I mean, it's
like,
not far.
not far. Okay. Can I just go have a photo sesh? I've never been in a facility like that.
No,
Do they just
you
allow like
cannot.
tours?
They have fences and signs and cameras.
Sure. Fair enough. I
Do
would
not-
imagine it is
Do not go
it
there.
is not an easy facility to get into.
Yeah, it's I mean, just because it looks and smells like marijuana, somebody might come and cut it and take it. So,
But it's actually not.
it's not
as strong.
And it would
Yeah.
be wasting it to go smoke it. I mean, whatever. Anyway,
Well, cool.
Well, we have two different pages here. We have BHAM RX and then BHAM Botanical. Are they two separate?
so
Or
we
is
just
it-
started BHAM Botanicals to like sell the weed stuff.
Okay.
I mean, it's like weed specific. I mean, hemp
Hemp
specific.
specific. Yeah, yeah.
It's hemp specific. Where BHAM RX is like, we're not going to be in your face with the THC stuff, but BHAM Botanicals, like that's what it's about.
But it's all under the same roof.
Yeah, it's all the
Same
same place.
location.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
It's just
That's smart.
normal.
Yeah, click on that
Normal
photo with him
pharmacy.
in the magical raincoat there.
Oh, see, that's 420. That's the legalized Alabama shirt.
Yeah, he's wearing it. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I saw this photo and I was like, dude, I gotta have this guy on the podcast. This is awesome.
So that's
Like
the
he's running a
tie-dye.
pharmacy right up the street from our house. This is so cool.
That's my white coat. My sister got that for me when I was in pharmacy school.
Dude,
That's
that's
so
awesome, man. The dress code at Crestwood Pharmacy is very chill.
Hey, look, I had
dig it.
shoes on that day.
You're normally in flops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hot, man.
But dude, that must be so cool as like a small business owner. You know, getting to do your own thing is even as like mundane as like getting to pick how you dress, versus like working at like CVS or something like that. It's probably very
Wear a tie, wear
Wear
your
a tie,
white coat, wear
coat.
these certain shoes. It's
Yeah.
like, ugh.
That's a drag. Yeah.
Yeah.
But with its own challenges comes running a small business, on your own. And I mostly see you pretty much every time I'm in there. Like you're always there. So
We are committed.
you are committed. Are you guys open? What are your hours? How many days a week are you guys open?
6.
6 days a week.
Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, except Tuesday we open at 10 because we have a business meeting every Tuesday morning. Saturday, 9 to 3.
And then Sunday you get to just chill out.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're always working, my friend. It sounds
Yeah.
like, yeah.
We're working on doing that less.
I hear you. Well, dude, hopefully business has been good. I was kind of going back through your social media during the height of COVID. Looks like you guys were doing the little home test kits and stuff for COVID-19, I think, maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
But post COVID, at least for now, until the next variant comes out. How have things been at the
BA4 and
shop?
5.
Yeah, I know it's never ending. We're
It's
gonna
never-
live. We're
yeah.
gonna live with COVID for the rest of our lives.
Here to stay,
It's,
people.
it's like the flu. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I just hope everybody like mellows out to it. It's like it's not that big a deal.
Are y'all ready for monkeypox though?
No, monkeypox. I'm like burying my head in the sand when it comes to monkeypox.
CDC.
I don't
want
wanna hear anything about it.
Shut up.
I don't want to hear about it. I don't care. Like
We're
I'm
not
not
closing
even.
again.
I'm not getting on the monkeypox train. I'm not
Anyway.
learning about it. I'm not going
sorry.
to worry about it. I don't care. But
Roll
yeah,
Tide.
so once you guys got open and started doing the soda fountain and the ice cream thing, did you find that was kind of a cool niche thing? Was that working to like bring people in? It's like, oh, this is cool.
Soda parlors are cool, man.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I think. I don't know.
More of a family-friendly environment. It's like, hey,
Yeah,
let's
I
take the
think it's
kids and go
just-
get some ice cream.
It's something I love, and it's something that I wanted to do from the beginning, and I was not willing to compromise on it. And so,
But are you the one scooping ice cream? So if I come in there and it's
Sometimes.
busy,
Sometimes.
and I'm like, hey, I need my medication, I need my Sudafed, and I need a scoop of Rocky Road on
Yeah.
a cone. You're like, dude, really?
got you.
Can I
It's
come
just gonna
over there and
take me
scoop
some
ice
time.
cream?
Sprinkle the medication on top.
It's just gonna take me some time because I'm here by myself because I'm an idiot and think I can do more than I actually can.
Yeah.
But yes, that is likely that would happen,
Okay.
especially on a Saturday. But like I said, we're working on it. We're working on getting more people hired, and we're working on me taking some more off days.
I hear it.
right.
But is that like a common reason that people come in? I guess has the gimmick worked? Do people come in expecting I want a Dr. Pepper float?
Well,
or I
yeah.
want the
Soda parlors are.
ice cream.
Yeah, I mean-
because I don't think I've ever had your ice cream. I'm gonna go ahead and admit, but I need to check it out.
Gosh, I should
Dude,
have
I'm
brought
sorry.
some.
But next time I'm there, because every time I come in, I'm like, dude, he's busy, and there's usually a line.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people there getting their meds filled, and I'm just like, I don't want to waste his time.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm there for you for whatever you need. If you need ice cream, then I'll be your guy.
All right.
You walked into his business, but
Yeah,
you feel
please.
bad.
Well,
that
there's
you're
nobody else
asking
in that
him
shopping
his
center that's slinging
product.
ice cream. So,
Yeah,
especially during the
please.
summer months, I guess you guys would pick up.
Yeah. Well, summer's always been weird. It's not as busy. But
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe that'll change this year because COVID was pretty slow the last couple years. But this past year has been like the Friday after school rush has been wild.
Okay.
But yeah. I mean, if we're there and it is not a sign that says fountain closed, I'm not too busy to scoop ice cream.
Cool.
And I mean, we just hired like 3 or 4 people, 5 people. So
Oh, it sounds like a rad place
I'll
to
be a
work.
little spread less thin.
So, are you the only licensed pharmacist there? I mean, like, if I wanted to apply at a pharmacy, your pharmacy, anybody out there listening, what skills do you need to have to go work at a pharmacy? You know, like I guess my question is, if you have a running pharmacy where you're slinging drugs, do you just need one licensed pharmacist on staff, and everybody else can just be like
A go-getter.
high school students or whatever? You know what I mean?
You just have to be registered with the Board of Pharmacists at Tech.
Okay.
So I mean, now the board has changed some rules, and you got to do You got to pass a test, maybe take a class. Maybe the class is required, but you got to at least pass a test.
So people that apply to come
Oh,
work for
gosh,
you
I'm
have
an
to
idiot.
have
I'm
that.
supposed to know this answer.
Is it harder than becoming a real estate agent online?
Is it harder
I
than?
think that would probably be harder than the pharmacy tech certification test.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I got certified probably when I was in undergrad because I knew I wanted to be a pharmacist, and you get like a little raise with the chains to do that.
Sure.
Um,
Because then you can
It's some
actually go
math,
touch the drugs
it's
and
some
actually.
pharmacy stuff. I mean, you got to know drug names and do a little math and stuff, and so it's just like a step up from just like it used to be when I started. Here's $60. I'm a tech now.
Oh, okay.
But like, yes, there are skills that a tech would have, and really, it's just pharmacy experience. You need to know how pharmacy operates.
Which I mean, you got to get experience by working at a pharmacy.
Yeah.
So can a pharmacy tech fill prescriptions, or is that solely what can you do that a pharmacy tech can't do?
Anything that requires professional judgment.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, right. Check prescriptions, the final verification, drug interactions.
So you look at every prescription
counseling.
before it goes out the door.
Yes, a pharmacist has to look at every prescription. So looking at what the doctor wrote, what got put on the label,
What the tech put in the bottle.
yeah, what's in the bottle, what are the drug interactions, that sort of thing.
Dude. Well, if somebody has like an adverse reaction, is that on you? Is that on the doctor?
It's
I
gonna
mean,
be on
who's
the
that-
doctor because the doctor prescribed it.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
I mean, if
Same. No, I mean, there's definitely some responsibility of the pharmacist there,
Yeah.
but that's why counseling is important.
So do you have a lot of that? Like people that come directly to you, like, oh, I have this rash or I have headaches or whatever.
man.
Like that just bypass the doctor altogether and like, I got a pharmacy right here. I'll go talk to Taylor. He'll
I mean,
help me out. You
that
know?
is the beauty of community pharmacy, and that is
That community feels.
I would
don't
say
need
that
to go.
you wouldn't do that at Walmart.
well,
or
that's what I was gonna
Walgreens.
say. Like Walmart
Right.
and Walgreens are community pharmacies, but that's the beauty of community pharmacy. The way that I want to do it is making myself accessible to my patients.
Yeah, man.
So like, even if I'm grumpy, even if I'm busy, I'm there to answer your questions. I might not be like bubbly, but I'm gonna be nice and I'm gonna tell you what you need to know.
yeah.
I might be in a hurry to go answer the phone, but like I'm gonna tell you what you need to know. And if I don't know, I'll find out.
So if I don't have
So-
some life-threatening illness, like I just have a
If you
headache,
need to call
or my
911, I'll
arm is
tell you.
hurting, or something like that, it's like, dude, I don't want to go to the doctor, but man, I could go see my buddy Taylor, and he might be able to like, oh yeah, you have tendonitis, you need this
Some
Advil,
CBD.
or you
Man.
need some CBD. Yeah,
So you know a lot about the community then.
he knows
Okay,
all the
okay,
dark
okay,
secrets right now.
All right, well, can't cross that line. Can't cross
Yeah.
that line. But still, that is kind of cool.
So yes, I mean that's one of my favorite parts. Yeah, come see me before you spend. I mean, I'm the most accessible healthcare provider in the community. You can come talk to me
There it
for
is.
free.
Yeah,
You can come talk to me for free. There's no copay. Like,
and you get some
Here.
ice cream.
yeah,
That's
and a
cool.
cup of coffee.
So these first 5 years, would you do anything different? Would you go back and change anything? Or have you enjoyed this
gosh.
ride? Any lessons learned?
Oh my gosh, we don't have enough time for those.
Well, if you could
Um,
hit some of the highlights.
I mean, ask for more money from the beginning. First of all,
Well, it looks like you guys are keeping your head above water,
yeah.
Hopefully. I don't know. I
we're
don't see the
making it.
numbers.
No, we're making it. I mean, it's like we're finally making it.
Do you feel like popularity has grown or your client base has grown
Yeah.
over the years? Yeah. More of
Yeah.
a reliable customer base.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we got good customers, that's for sure. Crestwood's good. They're loyal.
Sweet.
We just like some of them are too loyal, and they're loyal to like Crestline and Harbin, and so I see those delivery trucks over here all the time. So, gotta figure that out.
Are those the competing pharmacies that
Yeah.
you're shouting out right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. They're in Mountain Brook.
Oh, Mountain Brook, come on.
They've been around forever, and they've got delivery drivers. So people that have just been using them forever still use them.
No matter where they go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Deliver.
You guys gonna hire delivery drivers anytime soon?
we do.
That's
free
phase
delivery.
3 of the
We do
business.
free delivery every day, but we don't have a driver.
Okay.
Tyler, my business partner, comes in and does deliveries every weekday. And if there's something on Saturday, I just take it after we close.
Yeah, what's the dynamic between you and your business partner? Because, like I said, it seems to me, both on social media and in store, you're the guy that I see most of the time. When you guys started this business, is he a pharmacist or is he
He's
just a
not.
local entrepreneur that was
He's not a
willing to help you?
pharmacist, and that's why you don't see him, because he doesn't have to be at the store.
Right.
Like a pharmacist has to be at the store. I'm a pharmacist. I got to be there. So he comes in, does deliveries. He like does business planning. Like I said, we meet every week. We have quarterly meetings, yearly like planning meetings. He pays all the bills, helps with hiring.
Yeah, so you're just there chilling, slinging drugs, eating ice cream.
I'm there being
you
a
know?
pharmacist.
Yeah,
I'm there
dude.
being a pharmacist. And then we meet, and he drives all that.
Well, that seems
Yeah.
like a fun job, man.
I mean, I
Sounds cool.
definitely would have tanked it already without him. Because I'd like missed some payments on something or something
Yeah.
like that. Like I give it all to the store. I can't like do that stuff on the side.
Well, shout out to him for keeping you guys afloat, and,
Yeah.
and for all that you're doing, man. It's really cool, and yeah, it's rad to talk about pharmacy stuff, having absolutely no idea how pharmacies run or work.
I mean,
Or
we're
flow.
learning. We're learning every day. we thought we knew.
Yeah. Well, I wish you all the best going forward in the future. Any major plans going forward? You just kind of keep on steaming ahead.
I mean, I think we're gonna do some coffee stuff.
Yeah, because you mentioned earlier you had grand plans of doing. Did you mention something? Okay, I missed. You had grand plans of doing like a coffee thing, and you guys sell coffee, and you sell all kinds of products. You know,
we have hot coffee and cold coffee, and then with the coffee shop closing, we might start doing espresso.
the coffee shop closed. Is
Yes.
this your coffee shop that closed?
No, Crestwood Coffee.
Crestwood Coffee closed. Yeah. No, dude.
They're
Is that what
gone.
you were saying?
R.I.P. We were talking
You
about
said
it
something a second ago. Did I miss it?
Yeah, before the podcast started, we were talking about how Crestwood Coffee's gone. R.I.P. Man.
Oh, dude.
Opportunity.
Yeah. And they had been there for like
RIP for
11
sure.
years, dude.
Oh,
Right?
Longer than that. I think closer to 20.
Wow. Okay. Well, it shows you how often I went there. I guess I'm part of
Yeah.
the problem.
I mean, I hate it for them, but I do see an opportunity. And so
Okay. Might seeing some.
do some espresso, do some like snacks.
Barista, pharmacist over
Eventually,
here.
I am not doing that.
Dude,
I gotta draw the line.
Barista
I would love
pharmacist.
to, but I cannot do anything else. Like, I'd love to know how to pull a shot. I do not know how.
Well, dude, just set up a little coffee station on the side. Just hot pour where people can just.
That
Or the-
you don't want that. Well, yeah, because then they can burn themselves and you can treat it while
No.
while they're there.
And then get sued.
No,
No. You can just have like a coffee pot.
Just give 'em a
Just
gummy.
going.
They'll forget
Just
all
like a
about
hot
it.
coffee pot. And maybe some like a microwave and some little microwave burritos or something. Dude, I'd come in there.
Microwave burritos?
Yeah, dude, like little breakfast burritos or something.
Yeah,
It's a great idea.
We'll do better than a microwavable burrito.
Oh my god.
But if you had it your way, would you? You said you might start offering some espresso or something along the lines of like people just coming in to get their morning fix.
I mean, that's the plan, is to do something like that and have some snacks. Scones, muffins, cookies. I mean, eventually sandwiches.
It looks like you guys have the space. Anybody that's been in there, you know, you have like the main counter as soon as you walk in, but then to the left side, that's where like the ice cream, soda counter is. You know, it's a pretty good sized space. I could totally see you guys doing like a small coffee thing, you know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see
I
what
don't know.
happens.
But it sounds like the
talking
biggest
about it.
challenge would be like staffing and just
Yeah.
making sure you have people to actually do it. So, how hard has that been? You know, just trying to plan this podcast and get you on here. Obviously, you're working long hours and doing a lot. Has it been hard to find people or keep staff or keep people on board, you know, that are working there, or just find new people to match the hours, I guess, because you guys are open 6 days a week?
Yeah, I think it was just slow to get going. Slow to get going this round, but now I got a bunch of applicants. So, I mean, less pharmacy applicants. Most of the people were for the front. I got a spot that I could fill in the pharmacy. But it's been good, and it's just a little slow to get started. But now we got like the most applicants we've ever had and the best applicants we've ever had.
Do you think it's due to like just the summer, you know, people?
Probably,
getting
yeah.
out,
People were
you know,
busy. I think a lot of the younger kids were finishing school for the year, and so they were just kind of,
I need a summer job. I need
yeah.
something to do.
Now I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I need something to do.
Well, dude, well, this has been cool. It's been
Gosh, I
fun.
hope I didn't bore you all to death.
No, dude, it's been interesting. And so
I
do you?
didn't even teach you how to count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20.
That's what I'm saying.
25,
So is your
30.
pharmacy tech back there the one counting out prescriptions, and you just give it a good shake? That sounds like 20 pills. We're good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like when you're just overloaded, and you're just like,
No, we count everything.
looks right.
We count everything. But yes, other people count, and I trust them to count what they've
Okay.
told me that they count.
You haven't had any phone calls like I'm short 3
Oh, we
pills.
have, yeah. I mean, sometimes like we're used to going to 30, so somebody if needs 90, we might forget and stop at 30.
Oh, okay.
Or I've dispensed 90 instead of 30 before.
Whoa.
So
Like, woo, I hit the jackpot, baby.
yeah, dude, lots of allergy medicine.
Yeah, dude.
But
My leg is healed, but I got 2 more months of fun, planned or whatever.
luckily, people are nice and they tell you, like, hey, you didn't charge me enough. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so nice.
Oh wow.
Well, that's the community feel in Crestwood, man. That's
That is
awesome. It's a
Crestwood.
good place to be, and
Crestwood is the best wood, as they say.
that's the first time I've heard that. That's cool. Well, we're happy to have discovered your business and
Well, thank you.
happy to be patrons there. And we hope anybody listening, if you're looking for a pharmacist or looking for a place to get your meds filled or a place to get ice cream or a place to get your Delta 9 on or whatever else
or
you got
8
going.
or CBD
Or CBD.
whatever you need.
Go hit up my boy Taylor. You might catch him in this awesome tie-dye pharmacy jacket that he's got. First of any I've ever seen.
Flip flops, the whole
Flip
nine.
flops, yeah, man. You're the
I need
the
some new
chillest.
perks to class it up.
You're
There
the
you go.
chillest pharmacist I've ever met, and we appreciate your time to come sit down and talk with us.
Thanks for having me.
And yeah, this was cool. Any other big plans for the pharmacy before we let you go that we need to know about, or if anybody wanted to find you that's been listening, what's the best way to reach out to you guys?
Instagram, BHAMRX. And then, I mean,
it,
we're
man.
we're on the internet.
yeah, dude. I mean, I don't
just
know. Our phone number is 205-564-0429.
just Google us.
Call me, dude. Like, I don't know.
My name's Taylor.
The gummy's kicking in, man.
Like, dude, you'll figure it out, man.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
Just remember BHAMRX.
BHAMRX. That's all you got. That is a cool tag. That is a cool name.
Yeah, that was Tyler.
surprised somebody else didn't snatch that
Yeah,
up.
that was Tyler's idea.
BHAMRX.
That's a good
It's like
one.
catch all. So.
Yeah.
Well, cool, dude. Well, thanks for coming to hang out.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.